Because you know what? We could just be Yvonne and the crazy appraiser hour. I would give you a standing ovation, okay? But I'm in jeans, okay? I'm not in my slacks.
Are you really
Standing
in
ovation.
jeans though?
Okay, standing ovation. Oh no. No one else has done this. Nothing's sold. Oh, you're gone already. I'm like, we're gone. I'm like,
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I'm like, I would have waited for you. Like, tell me, I totally would have waited for you, but
My name is Yvonne with John Scott Real Estate and the Brink Home Team. And today I have my lovely speaker, Laurie. Is it Linebeck Barger?
it is Laurie Linebarger. You got it, honey.
So she's an appraiser, and the name of your company?
I am a certified residential appraiser, and I am with the Vanderwaal Appraisal Group. A lot of people know my partner, owner, Eric Vanderwaal. We are the two powerhouse appraisers.
Yay. And as you mentioned, we kind of met through a phone call, and we pretty much kind of tag each other every now and then. If I
Yes, we
have
do.
questions about appraisers, not appraisers, about appraisals on a house
Appraisals.
or something,
Yeah.
question on a house, you're my go-to girl now, right?
Thank you. Well,
So
I love that. I love that because when I see your phone number pop up, I'm like, oh, we're gonna do some magic. We're gonna work some magic.
and that makes me feel good because I have so many appraisers who do reach out to me, but I never feel as though I can reach back out to them to ask any questions.
No, 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 no. Okay, let's kill it. Kill it. Please call them.
Yes.
Please call them because I know I love phone calls and it makes me like, oh my gosh, I'm a go-to person. I love getting phone calls. I love getting emails. So no, call them because they will feel just as valued.
Nice, nice. So, for those who don't know what an appraiser is or what they do, why don't you share a little bit about that?
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see if I can put this all in a bubble.
Okay.
So, the appraiser, I am the unbiased third party opinion of market value. I know you know this. I left my big appraisal firm 2 years ago in April, and we hyper focused on mortgage lender work.
Okay.
I was trained with Eric when I was an apprentice back in 2017. I was trained on estates. I could not do litigation work, so I was a trainee, but I was trained on estate work, complex properties, vacant land. And when I had the opportunity to leave and work with Eric, we hyper focus on litigation work, estate work, any complex property. I do a lot of vacant land now. It's like my niche. And so we're the person who is unbiased, who looks at all the data. You and I have had deep discussions about this. We look at historical data to come up with a market value. And here's the thing that I want to like break the urban legend. I want to break this stereotype down. Is it's not our opinion. We're just reporting on what the market is predicting.
Right.
Now, my crystal ball, my future telling ball's in the shop. So I can't tell the future with my appraisals. But we try so hard to look at the historical data. And this past year, and please give me your input, the past year has been very hard with data.
Yes. Extremely
So hard.
hard with data.
Extremely hard. And you actually, okay, I'm gonna give you some more kudos. I want to give you some more props. When I was working on, I also do relocations. We are a relocation specialist firm. You have words that live in my mind rent free. Rent free. I want you to know this when I do relocations now.
Okay, you got to tell me. I'm curious. What did I
Okay.
say?
I missed the mark big on a relocation file. You know which file I'm referring to. And I was like, no way. I'm like, awesome neighborhood, awesome school district, awesome location, beautiful house. And you were like, Laurie, that's great, but that was 3 months ago. That was homes that were listed 3 months ago that have just closed, and our market has completely shifted. And I was like, because your boots on the ground,
Right.
and you changed my life. So you changed my life. Yes, you changed my life. But now I think what was going on when this house was listed? What was going on? Because the market's been so strange the last 18 months. So you really helped me with that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Um,
But yeah, it is hard because the market has shifted. And thing is, a lot of people don't realize the market can shift overnight. Overnight, just like that. and we have no control over it, right? And a lot of people just didn't see it happening, didn't see it coming. No one can predict that, but with interest rates going up or down, it just evolved into something that we just cannot put our fingers on. So
Right.
we have to try to stay on top of it. But not only that, we have to try to move quickly, right? We
Yes.
can't sit for 2 months and say, oh, let's reduce the price. No,
Right.
we should have reduced it 2 weeks after we put it on the market. What are we
Yeah.
waiting for? Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're chasing the market. So, but that is what you do. You get out there, and like you said, it's a crystal ball. You're taking
Yes.
facts, you're taking figures, you're taking historical data, you're
Yeah.
looking at what happened then, what happened now, what do we think is going to happen, right? To kind of come up with your numbers, but they are not like the final, this is it, right? And
Right.
and real estate agents, we try to mimic what we think the appraiser is going to do because we want the
Interesting.
home to appraise at the end of the day.
That.
So, we have some tools in our toolbox that we look at to say, okay, we know that they're going to look at in, maybe a 1 to 2 mile radius. We know that they're going to look at hopefully like for like, even though there is no apple that looks the same as the other apple, we're going to get really close to it. So we as agents are trying to mimic what we think the appraisers will look at,
Mhm.
and also look at the historical data, look at what other buyers are doing, where, what's going on in the market. So we're talking in 2025, the beginning of 2025, and, we just ended the presidential elections. There's a lot of things that we're just waiting to see what changes are going to be
Yeah.
made. And so we really don't know what direction this market's going to go in right now.
Right.
And so we want to, when we're working with our buyers and our sellers, we want to be careful not to put our own opinions into things
Right.
and to really look at that data and stay present
Yes.
and not try to say, well, if their house is going for this, then we should go for that. Sometimes it's like, well, if their house is going for this and they've been on the market for 10
Right.
days, maybe we need to go the opposite direction,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it really is just educating our buyers and
Yes.
sellers, right? Big word, big word.
I want to give you, I would give you a standing ovation. Okay. But I'm in jeans. Okay. I'm not in my slacks.
Are you
Standing
really in
ovation.
jeans though?
Okay. Standing ovation because I want that to be the word for 2025. Education.
Yes.
And I know you do it, but spread the word, spread the good word, because I'm like, I think it's crazy when you call someone, a homeowner, set up an appointment, and they're like, "Who are you?" "I'm selling my house." "Who's the appraiser?" I'm like,
Yes.
and then I have to explain it. So that's not just the broker's issue. There's also loan officers.
Yes.
We're all in the same boat together.
Yes. So, and it is all about education, educating them on to what to expect,
Yes, ma'am.
what's going on, what to expect, who to expect. So, what are some differences? Because a lot of people hear the word appraiser and
Yes.
they think they are
Inspectors.
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 So, what's the difference?
Okay, so an inspector is someone who is, like, in my experience, a licensed contractor, a licensed construction expert, someone who is going to look for any health and safety issues in a home. And I do know, because I get to see inspections very rarely, but I do get to see them. Basically not warning, that's a bad word, basically educating the potential buyer on what could possibly be fixes, right?
Right.
And so I think it's really funny when I'm very conservative when I show up to homes, and we don't have all the glam that's going on right now. We don't wear our pearls. So when I love it when people are like, "So are you gonna get in the crawl space?" I'm like, absolutely not. Because they do think, and I think it's very kind, they do think that appraisers are inspecting at a level that an inspector is, and we're not. We're taking notes on the home, and we're double checking the sketch. We're looking at what's huge for me is I'm looking at quality, I'm looking at condition, I want to know about upgrades. But that's what I'm doing, right? And I just want to take notes and I want to be educated, and I just want to, like, one thing too, this is totally kind of off the subject. Speaking of like observing a home as an appraiser, and I can speak for my firm, we physically look at all of our comparable sales. And so we can see it for ourselves, like, oh, wow, no, this is way inferior to my subject. Oh, no, this is way superior. So, I mean, I know I can only speak for myself,
Hmm.
is just getting into the nitty gritty of our market and, home selling and purchase process. And I don't know, it's very interesting.
Yeah, yeah. So thanks for sharing that. So, and from, you're sharing what I know, but the public doesn't know.
Right.
The inspector again is there to tell you what may be wrong with the home
Yeah.
and what are safety issues and what how to maintain your home for the longevity of
Yeah.
it. But you as an appraiser, you're there to support the banks to
Right.
make sure that the home is worth what the seller is trying to share what it's worth,
Right.
right?
And that's why we're the arch enemy, arch nemesis when we don't come in at list price.
Hmm.
It's like we're protecting the asset of the lender, or I'm protecting the potential buyer, or I'm protecting the seller. And I'm not even protecting because I'm a third party, unbiased person. But it's like, that was when we were like villain number one through 2020 and 2022. I'm like, I'm sorry, this home is selling $500,000 over asking price. And like
Yes.
the irateness, I remember, I don't miss those days, man, of just being like, what? That was fun.
Yes, yes. So let's talk a little bit about, you're doing your appraisal. Someone has really fixed their house up. It's beautiful. It is probably where it needs to be today, but the other homes have not brought
Right.
themselves up. And a lot of times we look at that as you never want to fix your house up so much more than your neighboring houses because it's hard to appraise you. But I'm seeing so many communities where the homes are older, they need to be fixed up. You have one or two people who've come into the community, have decided, I love where I live, I love the floor plan, I love everything else about it, but we need to update this house.
Right.
How do you appraise something like that? Because I feel like they got to tick them out of the price point of what
Mhm.
that community is, but at the same time, they've updated the house to where it's current.
I know.
Do you come across that?
I know. Yes. And that's difficult, right? Because selling a home is emotional.
Right,
Updating a home, it's like you're so proud of what you've done. And then you get a third party person that comes in and is like, nothing sold that compares to this. So I guess you don't get the value, right? Because there's a difference between the cost of upgrading, remodeling, and then what the market supports the
right.
value. And that's what's really hard is what does the market support? What does the market support? That is unfortunately, if how can I like to give the example of, let's say you have a killer view.
Hmm.
How do I know the value of that view if the market has never recognized it? Does that, I know that's like
Yeah,
so like gray kind of, but it's like, and I've run across that a lot where they have the most beautiful home, not over improved, but just beautiful. And it's like, oh no, oh no, no one else has done this, nothing's sold. And so you try your best to bracket and try your best to find something, a substitute in the market. And then it's just so important as an appraiser to explain why we did what we did. And I know that's not, I know people get in a rush and I get in a hurry, but it's so important to explain what the market is showing. Does that help you, Yvonne? I hope that helps you.
it helps me because I think people need to understand that as an appraiser, if you're not finding like kind homes
Right,
in a
right,
community,
right.
you do have the authority to step outside of
Yes,
that community
absolutely.
and say, okay, so where else is similar to this place? What other community? What is close enough, but
Yep,
not in this community
right,
that we can kind of,
right,
line it up with that. So I know
right.
that, but a lot of our buyers and sellers wouldn't understand that.
No, they don't get it. And it's very interesting too. And this is one thing that I love. I'm probably the only appraiser who likes this. I love to research and I love when I go to a home. It could be the easiest little cookie cutter development home, or it could be a massive estate. Let me tell you what I love. I love receiving comps, comparable sales from the listing agent, from the buyer's agent, And it's funny because so many people will be like handing it to me, like shaking, like, I know you don't want this. And I'm like, no, I want it. Give it to me. Because it's like, I'm not the end all be all opinion. Give your opinion. Like,
Right.
you're the one that's been marketing, you're the one that came up with the list price. And if an appraiser doesn't want it, they'll throw it away behind your back, but give it to them. I
Yeah.
want it because I want to know you're the expert. You're boots on the ground.
Well, I think a lot of that has to go with the training. We've been trained, and I think it was more for the lenders, but as
Yeah.
agents, we've been trained, don't talk to the appraisers. Don't, you know what I'm saying? That's what we've been trained. So it's like, would you like this? Well, this is, and
Right.
again,
Right.
sometimes the house goes on the market, let's say in September, but it may not sell till February.
Right.
So it's like, okay, this is what was going on when we put the house on the market. It may not
Yes.
be the same as today, but this
Yes.
is why we did what we did when we did it,
Yes.
right?
Yes. I love that. I love that. And I think I don't know where this weird relationship came about where don't talk to the appraiser, don't bother the appraiser. Now, let me tell you though, I know there's a lot of appraisers that are very mean, and I get the struggle sometimes, but I also think it's 2025. It's
Yeah,
time. No, we are all in the same boat. We're all in that same boat. We're a team.
we're a team. And I wouldn't say they're mean. I would say they're just antisocial.
I can say they're mean.
Antisocial. They just don't want to talk to anybody.
Antisocial and very
Antisocial.
busy. And very busy. When you get locked in your head and you're busy, it's like I can't be bothered. But no, that's not the way to treat a human. I'm not going to treat a human like that. It's like no, no, it's all good. But anyways, that's a whole nother conversation too.
Okay, so you mentioned you would like to get the comps. What else would be great for an agent to include in the material?
I've had some of the most beautiful, crazy binded books
Hmm.
with statistics, emails to the seller, comparable sales, like before and after photos. Now, granted, that's going above and beyond. And this person had 5 assistants, so I get why I got a beautiful binded book. But honestly, for an appraiser, like I just want the house to be ready for the appraisal.
Yes.
Honey, we want to see straps on the water tank. We need carbon monoxide detectors. We need smoke detectors. Like, it's not that hard. That is like the basics. Now, granted, when you get into FHA and VA, there's other requirements,
Right.
right? But as conventional, standard, going to the lender, I want to make the underwriter happy. I want the loan officer to feel snuggly and warm. Just have those basics. And then you'll have your beautiful comps. And I think hey, I'm set for success, right?
Right. That's it. Right there.
That's
Success for
it.
everyone.
That's it. That's the
Everyone.
secret. Oh, and I do have, this is funny, and this is why people are like scared of appraisers. This is one thing I don't like, and and I know it's because people are intimidated of us. If a house is vacant, I'm gonna squeeze you into my schedule. If you're gonna do a sneak attack, drop in on my observation, we don't call them inspections, observation, please text me. Please give me a heads up. I don't love like I'm jamming and someone is coming into the house and I'm like, hello? They're like, it's the listing broker. I'm like, oh my God, I'm trying to get out of here. But I guess don't feel scared to meet an appraiser at your listing. Also, give us a heads up.
Yes, yes, yes. And for me, it's like if you're telling me I'm going to be there at 10 or I'm going to be there at 1, okay, great. I'll meet you there.
I'll meet you
Right.
there.
Right. Because your
Absolutely.
schedule can change. All of a sudden, you can't get there at that time. And we're like,
Right.
well, where's the appraiser? They said they'd be here. You
Right.
know?
Right. Or I've had people not tell me they're gonna meet me and they're like, oh, you're gone already. I'm like, we're gone. I'm like,
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I'm like, I would have waited for you. Like, tell me, I totally would have waited for you. But I just think that takes time and comfort because I don't see it with veteran agents. I see it with more newly introduced to the industry agents.
Okay. Yeah. Because I want to meet you there if I can.
I really
If
do.
not, if not, then I want to leave my things. And I've
Yeah.
created a special folder, that says for the appraiser.
Yes.
I leave it
Yes.
big letters. Like, I hope you took it because that was for you. So,
You're so cute. I love it. Well, I think you're the best, Yvonne. I know you're a leader in your office. I know you're a leader in the Pacific Northwest, and I hope you're mentoring people because you're fabulous.
thank you.
You
Thank
are
you.
fabulous. You are a powerhouse. I'm so glad to be on your team, Team Yvonne.
All right. Well, I think that's going to be it for today.
Love
Thank
it.
you so much for joining me.
I love it. You're so welcome. If I really want people, when you post this and you get all your good juju going, I want them to comment below because you know what? We could just be Yvonne and the crazy appraiser hour.
And that might be the title. See Yvonne with the crazy appraiser.
I love it. I
But
love
we
it.
will leave your information down below so
You're the
that if
best.
anybody wants to reach out to you, they definitely
Yes.
can.
I'm
And
here. I'm here to help.
all right. Well, thank
You're
you
the best.
again
You're
and
the best.
bye.
I'll see you soon, friend.
Okay.